We're moving from the San Francisco Bay to the Humboldt Bay. It's not too many hours away, but it's the farthest from our childhood homes we've gone with no end date. We'll miss having family and friends close, but we're filled with anticipation for the new adventure. An adventure that includes dense redwood forests and a yard that's basically a blank slate. For those who know me, it's no surprise that the potential in this garden is what I'm most excited about right now. But I'm finding myself stuck. It's so much more space than I've ever had, and the endless possibilities are freaking me out a bit. What if I dig up the lawn to make a garden bed and realize I placed the bed in the wrong spot? What if I plant a tree that ends up shading plants that are already growing? What if I can't fight the slugs and snails off and they consume every little seedling? What if? So in an effort to keep myself from succumbing to choice paralysis, I'm starting this series to hold myself accountable. Because I really want to build this garden. I've dreamed of having this kind of space and I want to take advantage of it. To start, let's take stock of what's already here. The yard looks deceptively empty, but there's actually a lot of great perennials ringing the lawn. There's a couple of sheds, this lovely old plum tree, a few rhododendrons. Our friend planted a couple elderberries and some raspberries that seem to have loved this wet winter. An overgrown herb garden that just needs a little weeding. Volunteer parsley. A couple sad roses. We'll see if we can bring them back. This gorgeous maple. I don't know the variety, some kind of Japanese maple, I'm guessing. These flowers, also don't know what these are. If you know, let me know. A small persimmon that's starting to bud out. And last, hidden behind the sheds, is a golden delicious apple tree that apparently produces a ton of fruit each year. So there's already a lot to work with, and when I create our garden plan, I'll take these perennials into account. My next steps will be making a list of plants we want to add and drafting a garden plan, but that feels very overwhelming, so before I go there, I have a few perennials I brought up with me, and they need planting. We inherited these hops vines from a friend, and they should do well in this cool Pacific Coast climate. They grow vigorously in the spring and summer and can reach 15 to 25 feet. Their lovely smelling cones are used in beer brewing and are usually ready to harvest by the end of summer or early fall. We're going to plant them along the deck and encourage them to grow up and across to create summer shade and a luscious green canopy over our sitting area. Before planting, I'm going to string up some twine so the vines can climb up. Next is planting. Usually you replant hops rhizomes before they put out this much growth, but it is what it is. I'm going with what I have and the time I have. They may be smaller this year, but that's okay. We'll just see how they do. I dug up the sod, so the hops won't be competing with the grass as much. Then I added lots of great soil and compost to give them nutrients. After planting the hops, I topped them with mulch to help the soil retain moisture. Then watered them in. Next, I coaxed the vines toward the twine. And now we wait. Celebrate the hard work we put in and watch with anticipation as our little hops vines explore their new home. In fact, after just one night in the ground, some had already grown. You can see here I put a little black dot to mark how tall they were when I planted them, and this one has already grown past. That's all for this first week, gardening in our new Humboldt Bay home. You can follow along as we grow the garden of our dreams. Let me know in the comments what you're planting in your gardens this season and what's blooming in your neck of the woods. Until next time, wherever you are, keep growing.